Talking to some of the best names in contemporary Christian music. This is the Hope FM Artist Interview.
So I signed a record label. I signed a record deal 6 years ago. The next week, I get a call from my new manager, who also manages Mercy Me, and says, "Hey, would you like to come and open for Mercy Me at the Texas State Fair?" Which is this big thing. I live in Texas. This is a huge moment. Would you like to open for Mercy Me? And I'm going, is this how this is going to work? Like I signed a record deal and all of a sudden I'm opening for one of the biggest bands in Christian music. This is amazing. And I said, I would love to. He said, okay, put it on your calendar. It's October the 17th. So I go open up my phone and I look, and I had been booking all my own shows because I'm an independent artist. So I was doing all my booking, all the managing, all this was just me. So I looked at my calendar and I saw that I had already committed to play at a youth retreat that weekend on the 16th and 17th. And someone told me early on in my ministry, you need to be a man of integrity always. So if you book something, don't pass up that thing because something better comes along, because apparently God has you there for a reason. So I remember going, oh, okay. And I said, hey, man, I just want to let you know, I actually have something on my books already. He goes, well, can you get out of it? And I was like, no, I'm going to be a man of integrity. He goes, oh, okay. I said, but yeah, I mean, if this will if you guys are calling me a weekend, like this will happen again sometime. He goes, I don't even know. And then he hangs up the phone, which was so disheartening. Now we're 100 shows later, so it all worked out. But I was still going like, okay, Lord, I'll figure this thing out. So a couple of weeks later passes. This is like in September, and I get a call, and Sanctus Real, who's now has a new lead singer, but the old lead singer, Matt Hammett, was about to end his run with Sanctus Real, and I get a call from a church a couple of hours away saying, hey, we'd like for you to come open for Matt Hammett for the Sanctus Real farewell finale show. Would you come and open up for them here in Huntsville, Texas? And I said, oh my gosh, thanks for asking. I'd be honored to. When is it? They said October 17th. I looked at my calendar. I said, oh, it's that same day. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I said, actually, I can't. I'm trying to be a man of integrity. I can't do that. I've got something else going on. So then they said, okay. So then a few weeks later, beginning of October, I get a phone call from a guy named Michael Farron. Now, Michael Farron is a great songwriter in Christian music. He's written some #1 songs for Lauren Daigle. He used to be in a band called Pocket Full of Rocks. Wonderful man. He calls me and says, hey, Micah. And when he and I had written together, he'd been super nice to me. He said, hey, man, I'm trying to do something right now. He said, I know you just signed a record deal. We're trying to do this thing where we have a veteran artist sit on stage next to a new artist, and they're going to talk about what it's like being an artist in their different generations. And Michael W. Smith has already agreed to do it. Would you sit on the stage with him? And I said, Michael, oh my gosh, thank you for thinking of me. Of course I'll do it. When is it? He said, October 17th. I said, I know for a fact I'm busy that day. I know I've got something going on. Fast forward to October 16th. I show up at this little conference, and I find out that it is a middle school event. So these are all like 7th and 8th graders. So already,
what year is that?
It's a little bit of a bummer because this is back in 2015. Okay?
And what age are they?
These are like 7th or 8th year. So these are like 13, 14-year-olds. These are young, like teenagers, just enough where they don't want to take a shower and they also want to run around all the time. So they're in that great where like the smell of the room meets you before you walk to the room. So I get there and they forgot to bring all of their cables for the sound system. So they've got a couple speakers set up and there's no way to hook into them. There's nothing to hook into. So I end up having to get a speaker and putting on the floor and plug my microphone directly into a speaker on the floor. There's nowhere to plug my guitar into. So I just plugged it into my electric guitar player's amp. And then that was our sound system. And then everybody else the drummer played through his drums with the bass player played through his bass amp. It sounds awful. Okay. There's no in-ears. So there's no monitors. So we're just like hoping for the best. So we start play the first night, and it was rough. It was not great. This is October 16th. We go take a shower that night, and we're playing at a campground where they run summer camps all summer long. Well, then during off season, they have to run the pipes or all of the water gets a really strong egg smell, like a real sulfur smell. Well, the cabin we were staying in, they did not do that. So you smelled worse getting out of the shower than what it was getting into the shower. So then I get the next morning, I smell like an egg. I'm with a bunch of junior high kids. We're in the woods, and I got 2 services to play. That morning we played a service, and it was fine. It was fine. And so here comes October 17th, the night of. I have passed up Michael W. Smith, Sanctus Real, and Mercy Me to be here for this moment. So we lead worship, and then we're going to come up and do like a response time at the very end. We lead worship, and it was fine. It wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible. It was just fine. And I remember going back to a back room, and I found myself a closet, and I got inside, and I told the Lord of the universe, I said, hey man, you owe me for this. I'm a man of integrity. I'm telling this to the creator of the universe. You owe me on this one. I passed up a lot of things, a lot of prestigious things, more money, all those things to be here because I'm a good person. So you owe me on this one. So, so they said, I hear the speaker up there preaching, and at the very end he goes, as we ask the band to come forward, let's pray. So we go back on the stage. We have one song to play. We're going to play, what's that song? Holy, holy, God Almighty. Oh, Great I Am. The Great I Am. We're going to play it. So we're going to lead this song in worship. So we get up there, and this, I'm sitting there and just kind of pick up my guitar going, all right, God, something amazing is about to happen. Like, I'm going to get a dove on my shoulder. Something awesome is going to happen here because I did a good thing. And the speaker goes, as the band plays, you respond. And he gives me a head nod, and I start playing. And I said, I want to be close to your side. And I look down, and there's this very sweet looking 7th grade girl, little 13-year-old girl. She's in the front row, and she looks right up at me, and we make direct eye contact. And then she goes, oh, and starts vomiting on the ground.
Oh my goodness.
She starts throwing up.
Oh no.
And she just got sick, and she kept eye contact with me the whole time. And she throws up on the ground, and all the kids go, oh, like this. And the youth pastor looks at me and goes, keep going. So I said, so heaven is real and death is a lie. So I start playing. They whisk her back to the back. All the kids are just holding their breath going, and I'm still singing this song through a speaker on the floor. And then they come up and they have all these like napkins and paper towels, and they start piling them up, this gigantic pile of stuff. It's just humongous. And I'm just singing the song, and the song ends, and all the kids are holding back, they're holding their breath. And the speaker comes up and goes, wow, what a powerful night. Can we thank Micah and the band for doing this for us? All right, you guys go get your knapsacks, and it's going to be time to leave after this is over with. And I was just stunned. I got in my car that night, and I started driving home. And all I could think about was this: being faithful to God, it is not about the response that we get in the moment. At the end of the day, it is about the heart that we have in those moments. And my heart was not in a good spot. I really was expecting for God to do something great because he owed me something. But at the end of the day, I will always owe something to God because of his goodness in my life. And that night, he decided to put on a little bit of a show for me to let me know that, like, it couldn't have been any worse and embarrassing and crazy of a situation. But here's where it gets funny. So all that happens. I end up getting signed to the record deal. We start putting out a song. Never a Moment goes out to radio, becomes a #1 song. It's amazing. The next year, I get nominated for a Dove Award. I'm nominated for New Artist of the Year. It's amazing. The tickets come in the mail, and I look, and I could not help but laugh hysterically because the next year on October 17th is when the Dove Awards were that night.
Ah, come on.
You've been watching The Artist Interview. For the full podcast, click the links below or visit hopefm.com/The Artist Interview.